insane, you're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
Two-Face, chasing ghosts and running from the headlights. Come alive in the night like I was a dark knight, was a good guy. Now I'm anti, can't get my mind right. Here they go again, talking in my head. Everything that's said, playing back, leaving treasure maps of edge. Anybody's bad, voices never end. Down to fifth, now floor six. I'm a masochist with a poison kiss. With a pill, another day I'm deep. You say insane, I say I'm seen. Nightmare disguised at his poster prize. You run from demons, I dance with mine. Better broken when there's revenge at play. Cause being bad can be being brave.
Come join my sane, but
welcome to my head of lies. Yeah, this ill mind of mine, yeah, it's ill defined. And one of a kind, I'm looking for a motherfucking sign. But it's hard to find, cause I'm different. Maybe I was born to lose a sick delusion. Every single motherfucking thing I would prove. And picking and choosing every single thing that I do. I'm making the moves and breaking the rules. My decision, my mission, my vision, my ambition to live it. And who am I kidding? I'm just better off dead. But fuck it, I'm just trying to get this money instead. Because without it, I'd be living in threads. I left with dread. I bet you be the same if we ran the same miles. I feel that it be contained, yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'd rather be in pain than put on a fake smile. I'd rather be in pain than put on a fake smile.
Baby, don't get it, she all in my business and I should keep running my getaway. All in the feelings cause she there to witness how everybody what they're doing, me. Top dog, you know I'm always ready. So I'm about to go up on the killing spree. So all this plotting and all this time that I've been putting in, y'all gon' find that I ain't lying, that I be going in. Make no mistake, I ain't no gauge, but I'm still pounding. Jokes on you, so now who's clowning?
come join my circus. I'm recruiting.
I'm sick, the name is Bandit #1. But I think I'm rusty, I ride slow. I'm trying to leave on a high note. I might be insane or it might be a sickness. I'm seeing sixes and nines though. And I might be losing my mind, no, I can't be losing my sense. Between all my problems, my life and career, I still gotta pay mama rent. I spit on beats and I make tracks and try to top a foe. I give my all and just like Dax, they still gon' ask for more. Searching for purpose in a cycle, stuck in disbelief. I joined the circus, now this life I live's been killing me.
Come join my circus.
Okay.
They call me ski mask, but I don't wear a ski mask.
Hot crazy. It's your favorite goon for the bad guys. No mask for the bag, I'ma get mine. I wanna be the last face you see when you cross that gun line. Hot crazy. It's me, your favorite heathen, praying on all my demons. But if you ask me, I'm just fine, but I'm not broken. How many more bodies I gotta leave for you to see I'm not kosher? I'm all on these wanted posters. Don't look for me, I'm somewhere in your dreams, I'm hoping. Like 1, 2, you know I'm creeping, coming for you like 3, 4. Ski mask, it's your motherfucking dough, let's get it.
Come join my circus.
Let's get it, let's get it.
I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
if I'm in pain, then at least I'm not alone. Please point to one person who hasn't been hurt before. I'm the fun guy, but love and fun ain't all I know. I've suffered from the twisted humor mixed within this cosmic joke. I opted for the shrooms when they tried to pain prescribe them. I can't sustain the violence, stuck in this insane asylum. They lock you in the loony bin and call you strange and worthless when you realize you're the ringleader in this sacred circus.
you're insane, you're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Coming in swinging, throwing them bows like I'm off for the weekend. What are you thinking? Used to be stuck in the deep end, now to a beast like a beast when the feasting. Bite down to the bone of the music, break up all the bars, get the barrel to fuse it. Tear all the hate from my soul and I use it. On every line you can say I abuse it. I know that you people are living like sheep, though you loving the cuff on your wrist. They calling the stock from you stuck in a foxhole, and that's just the way you exist. Now you get a syndrome, you put in that workflow. I know they're just making you pissed. It's noticeably I'm so far in the lead, they're rising and bleeds on my shadows a bit.
come join my circus. I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying.
I don't even know what you're saying, but there's too many clowns, better come with a quick scope. That's the best part of my day, but it beat you all down, yeah, the pain don't miss though. You gon' pay with a fist though, jealousy don't hit though. I get over with a hit, oh no one ever missed those. I don't wanna feel like this, so I'm trying to forget this what I manifest though. Ain't trying to talk to you, pick up the pen just to body you. I'm getting sick by the thought of you, don't wanna follow you. Think about the things that I brought to you, I'm trying to stop all the calling you. I wanna take the day off today, no I ain't trying to fall again. So you know that we going hard today.
Come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
yeah, I'm in pain. I'm a teacher at the end of break, and I'm about to set my alarm for 5 a.m. just so I can get awake, so I can go back into work, prepare for all my classes, and the meetings, and the standards, and the books, and hall passes, and don't forget the masses who get online just to harass us, because they think that we're all groomer, commie, liberal fascists. Listen, I'm gonna be the best teacher I can be, but between you and me, do you have another job opportunity?
come join my circus.
Yeah.
I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
it must be nice to sit on a pedestal clutching the gavel. You must be Christ, stuck in a glass house chucking the gravel. Fuck you, I'm an asshole, and I'ma talk my shit in battle. Hypocrites who wouldn't tell the truth if they were stuck in a golden lasso. See, I smile cause I'm in pain, and the pain it makes me laugh, cause the joke it tells my brain is that it's never gonna come to pass. And if I ever had a pass, it's gonna be multiple choice, cause I never had a choice until I made you scream my voice.
Come join my circus.
do you, Peter? Now he's sipping along on a bit of a drink and it isn't Ribena. Looking around for a Domino's, I really don't know where we are and she doesn't either. I don't believe it, and for some reason she keeps on repeating to me that she's freezing. I got a feeling she's running a scheme to murder Bird Brain and join that circus.
My circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Pain, shaped in the way from the pain of the game. Laying awake as I lay on my grave and I aim for the place where the jokers escape. I'm brave in the boldest of ways. Oh no shame, oh no rope to the game. We all cope in the same ways, broken and shade, and I hope in the rain face the pain goes away. Unfazed, some stay in the lane, some day some run to escape. Crazed, none fun when we play, but from Sunday to Sunday we all run away. So wait, debate fate, too late. Close it up, place it in your suitcase. Shake it up, can't cope with the rate. As the joker provokes me, I turn to two-face. Why? Cause you're recruiting, right?
You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
I'm chilling in the house like a nice pop. If Joe wanna beat, it's a nice pop. I'ma spit a couple bars and I mic drop. Tryna put you and your girl in a tight spot, yeah. You like it with the lights on, lights off, good. She hit me with the what are we like, farmers, I still taste her on my tongue. I like juice and shorty flowing. And my girl already knowing it's a party, ass is throwing. She got next, let's keep it going. All aboard the trains arrive, gripping cheeks and biting thighs. Don't break contact with my eyes, and don't make me tell you twice.
come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
I'm feeling quite different, feeling the distance, feeling the demons inside with persistence. Swallow my mind in the abyss of infliction where pain never ends, agony needs repetition. Feel the rise of a mutiny, devil lies, who do you believe? When my pride keep fooling me, when my mind stay true to me, was all my sins are the root of Eve. I'm thinking I'm about to explode for what I'm exposed. What's it supposed to be known? Figured it out on my own. Now I've been offered the throne. I'm weighing the pros and the cons. Get the side to side I'm on. How am I feeling so calm? Why is the feeling the right feeling wrong? Guess I'll just join this circus.
join my circus. You're insane, you're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
girl, you got me saying things you never say. Got me praying to a God I don't believe. All these thoughts in my head make me feel afraid. Girl, if you a speeding car on the freeway, wondering if life has meaning. Got these voices in my head, they're screaming. Playing Russian roulette on the weekends. All this liquor in my cup got me leaning.
come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Dear Dax, I've been duetting you for the longest. My bars been the hardest and my verses been the strongest. But yet you haven't duetted me back, so now I'm in my feelings. And once I'm in my feelings, that is not a real good feeling. Cause that's when I get to spazzing out. When I'm in my feelings, I'm lashing out. Whoever it is that's pissing me off, they should know this, they ass is out. Most of you TikTok creators are haters, scared of somebody with a flow that be greater. But I won't join your circus now, and nobody won't join your circus like
pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
quit acting like you know me when you don't. Twisting all the words that I wrote, then get angry when I get provoked. He might be the joker, but this ain't no joke. I'm tired of neglecting you putting me down, like I'm the only reason that peace can't be found. Cause when you fell down, we'll put your ass up and put your ass right back here on the ground. It's always been me, but I never got the credit. And now straight to hell is exactly where you're headed. Without me, you got lost with no direction, but without you, my finance got an erection. Kinda funny looking back, thinking I ain't have a purpose. Just another clown bringing fire to the circus. But why do my peers keep telling me I'm worthless?
come join my circus.
Yeah?
I'm recruiting.
Okay.
You're in pain, I can tell by what
Why,
you're
hello
saying,
there. If you ain't talking, your body language starts snitching. When I walked up, I noticed your little fingers start twitching like you had the gat in pocket, and fingers started that itching, ready to up one and blow one. I know you aiming to kill them, but you can't kill me. I'ma hunt you to pray. Don't want none. Put you in the ground, then I pray for my mercy. Niggas don't wanna play with K, but all up in this thing today. Wait, I just be killing my duo all like that boy did Robin. Talking about Joker, get the crowbar, and I clocked him. Yeah, I rocked him, little bitch.
my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying.
Hey nigga, hold on, they weren't ready for these ones. I pop out and put it with ice, got me feeling like Frozen. Kevin gave it, I'm trapping out too far on. He make it deal, we gon' get it so cool gone. All the perky on me, they be too gone. Rockin' the sound of my Rolex two-tones. MIS, she ain't all making that shit on my dick. And they know that I'm dead man. You gotta be joking, don't make me call up Batman. They say they don't fuck with it rap, you know that they gotta be capping. And we know you the villain, they call me the hero, you don't understand it. Put the beam on the Glock and this switch on the bed, they be shoot automatic.
I'm recruiting. You're insane, you're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying,
I've been told that all the searching, trying to find a beat to work with. Record it till it's perfect, is it waste and is it worth it? Hey, forget what they say, you press and play. I'm making a way so my kids will be straight, and I got me a dream, you can't take it away. And I'm praying to God that I make it today. For Law and Lily, Ryan Guy and Ty, Harmony and Avery and Jordan, that's why I try. That's my 7 reasons why I'm chasing this dream. Yeah, they're all my motivation and they're all that I need. So
come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Everybody born great was born different. Everything that takes place is not scripted. So when you gotta live to fight, please fight to live. Even though demise is so tempting, look into my eyes of fire so crimson. Look into the sky, that's why I'm still living. I'm on a mission, I'm not forgiven. I am the sickness, please don't forget them. One life, we got one try, one time for the one time, one day for the sunshine. One day I'll look back on this and say I love life. Until then I'ma survive, till then I'ma survive. Everybody put your hands high, everybody touch the damn sky. This is shit that you can't buy, this is shit that you can't buy.
Join my circus. You're recruiting. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
By what you're saying. Ain't nobody else came to you with the flows insane. Didn't notice, now they notice. I'm the coldest, call me frozen. Where I slide on a beat today. This drip or drown and I ain't a clown. Not even the navies can ride this wave. You don't wanna know how I got these scars. I don't know anyone that can hack this pain. It's K.
Let's get it, Jack. People hate the changes I make. Well, I hate what people can't change. How you gon' hate on the swag that I made? Well, I'm hating the fact that you niggas the same. Real nigga here, shit all through my veins. Hater spectators, get out of my lane. Holding the fire while blowing the flame, and I'm holding the drum and you seeing the bangs. Now picture your bitch, now I'm all through her gallery. Too many croutons and your shit to be salary. Walk with a crew while I run with the cavalry. Drilling your block like my shit was a cavity. Constantly casually having these casualties. Moving this work like my shit was a factory. Money so addicting that shit was like crack to me. You niggas is fiction, you never been vaccinated, bitch.
The white boy from Boston got you, Dax. My flow was psychotic, schizophrenic. Fuck a bad bitch in the mental clinic. I think that hoe was a nurse. I'll put that pussy all up in a hearse. Took a couple perks out of her purse. Yeah, I'm the worst, just like a curse. They said I need church, but I need a purge. All of my homies, they just go berserk. Get 40 to 40, we'll fuck it up. That's your plug, yeah, we stuck them up. One wrist, tell her suck it up. My chopper go da-da-da. Think you go hard, well I go harder. I'm plugged in, no phone charger. Where I'm from, you get tossed in a bag, thrown up in that fucking harbor. Rest in peace.
I can tell by what you're saying, but
hold up, I think that I missed my meds. Blacked out last night, but I swear I saw red. Walked in the room, all my ops laid there dead. Cops tried to identify them, but they all lost their heads. I grabbed the clip and I blicked it. Grabbed the zip and I flipped it. Talk shit once and you know neck getting slick quick. I do that real shit, yeah, I'm that joker. Pull up with me and the crew, we gon' smoke ya.
Come join my circus. You're recruiting. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
jumping from a building with a smile as I descend. Falling to my death with a psychopathic grin. I don't care if you're affected, you have never been my friends. Keep their flowers tucked away until the story finally ends. Society's a circus and I'm never fitting in. A misfit with a purpose, let the reckoning begin. At the push of a button, infrastructures will explode. I'm not apologizing for my first psychosis episode.
Come join my circus. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
ready to pull the trigger on myself, that's the only type of happy I can be. If I was ever so lucky, I'd trade all the places and turn myself into the mother of Bambi. End it all cause I'm bearing arms. I know that these haters can stand me, trolling them all till I'm dead and gone. They hypocritical, what would you do if they found me? With my brains blown down cause I'm trying to get out. I got a whole lot of problems that I can't figure out. I wanna see my kids more than they already do, but the baby almost got me in a heavyweight bout. Rolling with the punches, I'm immune to this. Spent a couple years, I ain't new to this. They say what don't kill you will just make you stronger, but you and I both know that that's bullshit.
Come join my circus. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
yeah, there's a lot of us in Zim. Hide the pain in funny videos we posting on the gram. Some are mockery and idiots, we tolerating them. Giving views, but I understand cause it's so fun and hiding games and actually facing the truth. Don't have the money your family needs, but you got nothing to do. Doing a job, he doesn't want all of the things you're doing in school. Somehow people demand the ones who are constantly breaking the rules and treating most people like fools. But I guess I'll join my circus. I'm recruiting. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
I just bottle my emotions, cause they deeper than the ocean. Then the explosions, convulsions in the body when emotions start overflowing. A silent ward is where they throw him when they can't control him. When he grows his horns, you better report him if you want some order. You want my order? Well, here's my order. I don't need child support to take care of my son and my daughter. I mean, I've been a good father, but they make me out a martyr. I'll lose trying to fight this system, so I don't even bother.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
Yo, j'ai prié pour beaucoup de choses, j'ai défendu beaucoup de causes dans les faits. J'ai toujours été dans l'expose, j'ai consommé beaucoup de doses dans l'excès. Beaucoup de drogue et beaucoup de femmes, de beaucoup finissent avec beaucoup de larmes. J'ai pu éviter fin tragique comme un tour de magie qui se termine par un bon coup de lame. Pas du genre insistant, je suis plus proche des récalcitrants. Dis-moi si je mens, j'ai le joker pour ce texte mais je suis loin de faire partie des moins intelligents. La t'as pigé, je compte pas me répéter ma gueule. Une fois que ce freestyle sera terminé, je vais voir tous mes hops dans un linceul et je finirai seul, yeah. Ok.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
Feeling my life's a trap. I'm up on the stage, I'm spitting this flame, but I don't even like to rap. But when I sing country, then no one to love me, they all wanna judge me and why, cause I'm black. Don't fit the image they have, all cause my pigment is that why I'm limited, feeling the emptiness, all of my tracks on the back of the rack. Now they want the joke, They feed off laughter. No, they don't want you to be real, they want an actor. I'm sorry to let you down, homie, I'm not the same. In the stormy dark night, I'm the masses muzzle and bang.
Come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
I don't really want to talk about it, but there's no way to walk around it. Everyone telling me just stay grounded, but I feel like I'm surrounded. Ideas and memories pulling me, getting me, keep avoiding the remedy. Cause I am my worst enemy, and that's why I'm in therapy. Cast off these entities who've been draining my energy. Then remember my legacy, let it go. Embrace the darkness and duality. Light cannot exist until you travel where the shadows be.
come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying.
Если это магия ветра, ты под эффектом фраги агента. С вами легенда, сплав элементов, сваренный кем-то, ты поменял гендер, пау. Когда звучал этот звук, ты все потерял из рук. На плечах тебя несут, я все так же нанизу. Когда мы слушали Валева, сами качались и ленту мотали. В итоге педаль до отказа мы вдавили, что заимели, то сами отдали вам бау. Тут качает голова, мой корабль по волнам. Ты шпагат, а я вандам, вот мы не разлей вода. In my circus,
I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Nigga surprised, with a nigga like a fry. Meet a nigga with a 9, they ain't just died. Why you leaving them alive? Tell your bitch to get up with me, baby, open wide. And I'm rolling with the God. Same niggas that won't leave you stupid ass alive. With a nigga like a fry. Meet a nigga with a 9, they ain't just died. Ain't say I'm
missing a couple of screws. Maybe I'm different, but what about you? What do I do?
join my circus.
Okay.
I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Hi, Footy. What's up? Tell me how you feeling lately. Not bad. I've been trying to release another song. Tell me why that I'm not gonna do what I like. No man, I didn't mean that. Just thought you stop, but fuck that. I've been waiting for a while, kinda long time. Tell me why you wanna hear some bus rhyme. Let me see what you can do. Well, not much. It's pretty good. My words match. I'll be sweeping from my phone like screen touch. Better hold to your chairs and watch. Well, don't get me wrong, but if I don't release them every day, doesn't mean I'm not gonna kick a monster. Sufficient, nobody gonna like it. But I ended up releasing music, pop, mumble rap.
join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
So I went to the freaking circus school in my oversized purple shoes and my red nose, and I got a present for teacher with some Mentos in my friend's coke, and it explodes like BAM! Cause I got pretty medicated, that's when I meditated back to a state where my state of mind is like premeditated, and looks like we made it. Look how far we come, we paved it. And I can go farther like I am your father, and Darth Vader says it, go crazy.
join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying.
You call me insane, you say that I'm violent, but I'm thinking straight now, I'm out the asylum. I don't have a plan, but I know the assignment. You've got the signal and I've got a siren, and I hang my head out the car, set fire to the cash using a cigar. I say I'm a joker, you say I'm bizarre, but you don't know the story behind the scars. So one night my dad comes home and he's had to drink and he's got a bone to pick my mum, but she's not alone. She's got a knife, but she's too slow. He don't like that, no, he's getting furious. Takes that knife, he's a bit delirious. Looks at me ever so curious and says to me, why so serious?
join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying.
I'm insane, but there's no pain. This world has made me all but numb. Intelligence is all washed away and our leadership is dumb. They're leading us off the edge of a cliff, add up the mathematical sum. Now's probably the best time to make a return with the prodigal son. And I don't wanna be another piece inside of the machine. I just want the peace that comes with being free. So let me be.
join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
the method of my madness is what happens when the past collab with bad habits. No magic, no Aladdin can explain why I haven't collapsed yet. Relax, I ain't relapsing. Trying to get my head straight without the aspirin. I see you jokers, why you laughing? See the masks on all the masses. It's tragic being lost trying to direct the traffic. It's funny, empty cabinets will fill a casket that quick. Go ahead and chase the bag, zip it up, let's see if this bag fits.
join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Oh damn, I forgot you were hurtful. I forgot how you make all the simple folk all march in a circle. I forgot about all the shit you done. Got me feeling dumb, ways to break me down. Got me feeling numb, got me second guessing everything that I do, just so you can feel like you're number one. But wait, I don't wanna play any games now. I'm not gonna take the blame. The shame that you proclaim are not the same. Any given second of a breakout, I'll show you what a monster is. I could be a little petty with a lot to give, and I'ma bring it down heavy so let's not forget that I'm the wicked motherfucker that you started with.
Come join my circus.
Tiada tak cinta, sasa di balik bergulat. Suka kau merata berjina benar salah. Jadi apa salahnya kau?
Come join my circus.
Because
you're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
boy was trying to play with me like I'm not down in the circus. I'm insane, it's all in your brain. Didn't know I put the work in. Baby girl looking so fine, I took her to eating and bought her a Birkin. Johnny my rider down, my Harley Quinn, and she give me purpose. Sorry you saved the day, but the pain still holds me. You know it's all on me. You know it's all on me. Yeah, when will I be free?
you're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
I'm a gay ass bitch, I'm Joe with J. Feel the queen plot twist, I came to say, taking him out. Protocol, one by one, I rap his paw. G-O-E-Y, what? J-A-Y, boy, is it with the middle of the question? Sit down and let me get my last time.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
They call me crazy, but I can't stop. I know be lazy, I've been getting ready. I know I'ma get it, put my gang gone. Coming from the bottom like a hedgehog, trying to get paid for the bench truck. All the nice things that we didn't have. All the lost dreams, I'ma get it back. Trying to stop me, I'ma let it bang. I've been sipping handy for the pain now, pressure getting hit.
Fuck that, I gave her my love but no love back. Now I'm just sitting here stressing, a lot of aggression. Depression is messing with me, but I can't let it take over, see. I got a little history, but the past is the past. Let's live in the present and see what the future can bring. I see all of this fake shit. Can I get a break, bitch? The pedal to metal, I still ain't going nowhere. Maybe I need a lane switch. My head is still in the game, kids. EA, and I got a lot of shit to say. I think that it's time it starts today. This shit can get dangerous, so be safe.
Come join my circus.
I'm recruiting.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
But we living a lie, we living in pain, we living to die. Lord, give me a sign, my uncle just died and I couldn't cry. There's blood in my eye from smoking these trees, I'm leaving that smoke in the sky. The pain in my veins, it all coincides, the depression inside. My bro on the street with nothing to eat, but he stand high. Lord, tell me I'm lying, Lord, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right, tell me I'm dead, tell me I'm alive, tell me I'll never be alone again. Tell me you'll come for the ride, come join my circus. I'm recruiting.
You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
eeny, meeny, miny, mo, now which one are you trying to go? You trying to lock a nigga down, but I'm just like an animal, smoking on platanical, the same color as cantaloupes, and I be spitting that poison, and y'all niggas ain't got the antidote. The antidote, you better know that I'm not scared to let it go, and if you're trying to box with me, my nigga, we go toe to toe. It's kinda crazy how you bastards be trying to battle me. You fake felons probably got locked up for barnyard or sodomy.
Come join my circus.
Yeah.
All of the voices from the circus in my brain that I in a boy's insane.
Come join my circus. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
couldn't believe y'all thought that I wouldn't achieve anything that you put in my reach. I go beast on a motherfucking beat though. I leave flow from the three-pointed freak though. Keep those weak opinions to your fucking self and go fuck yourself. If not nothing else, I've been drinking straight liquor, puffing L's. Need a straight jack and a pad of sale. Feeling bad as hell, thinking I might as well end it. Only time will tell if I meant it. Palm full of 9M shells, of 20 milligram pills. No time to dwell, I'ma send it. Splendid, don't tell my kids what the hell I did. You ain't felt like this, in this hell I live. Old friends that I fell out with, cause they ain't have no help to give.
Come join my circus. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
okay, I got the flame in my hand. No one is stopping my plan. I'm trying to blow up your mind. The bat is wasting my time. I'm the villain, so everybody line up. No one will find ya. That's why I call you puzzle piece, cause I snatch you away from the things that you love, and I'm drinking the tears of the week. I put them to sleep like a toddler at daycare. That's when I said it ain't fair. I know you wanna hate, but I just don't care. I know you fake, but I just hate theirs. Trying to lose weight, so I gotta take the stairs. Okay, I'ma try to slow down. I'ma be the biggest out of my town. Laugh on my face and smile when I frown.
Come join my circus. I'm recruiting. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying.
Yeah, dear Dex, man, I've probably been going through pain, depression, anxiety, got me insane. Everyone goes to me, everyone's switching their hair when it's sunny and live when it rains. But guess what? I've been going to therapy lately. When talking about therapy, I'm in therapy. I think I listen to all of your music. Probably wrote this when I heard you recruiting. You'd probably be great to be part of your circus. Know it's too many people who relate to me, and I feel so cause I relate to you. Man, a lot of people healing cause of you. This is me sending up a shout out to you all the way from South Africa. Danko, yeah.
Join my circus. You're in pain. I can tell by what what you're
You
saying.
feel my pain through the vein, through the blood and straight to the brain. In the mind you can see insane. Never mind when I be enraged. I'm alive when the seasons change. I be high when the leaves get blazed. Shotgun to the head, Cobain. Lynch hard like low to the brain. Coast and ocean like mafia game. Couple rats, I might cop me a chain. Sell it back to get whips in the game. I'm a slave, I get shit for the fame. Take a loss and get stripped for the game. Innocent but get hit with the blame. Different chapter, I skip through the page. Follow suit or get hit with the ace. I'm out of place.
Come join my circus. I'm what you're saying.
Don't try to figure me out, they living in doubt. Running the check while they running the mouth. Make a killing while I make it kill him. Killing Mike like I'm killing Mike, king of the south. I'm a beast in the east, what you talking about? It's a feast of the least when the boss is around. You're lost in the sauce and you're lost in the cloud. Need a chopper, how I'm walking them down. I part with the past, I'ma let it be. This piece of my soul, I'ma let him see. I was lost in the herb and the Hennessy. Pray to God, pride don't get the best of me. See niggas act up like Genevieve. Better tell them back up that jealousy. See bread pagans, bear heresy. See bet pagans, bear heresy.
Come join my circus. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
inebriated, I'm way too faded, I'm feeling weak. Sitting in the same old clothes, bro, since last week. Nodding off on the corner, at least I get sleep. Me and Bo Peep and getting faded without a sheet. I'm in the deep, the depths alone can chill a bone. Cactus and a raptors in the danger zone. The bass slap, I'm feeling that, I'm right at home. Thing keep me awake, minus the dopamine.
come join my circus. I'm recruiting. You're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
I swear I'm not crazy, but maybe I'm stuck in a cycle and given a title. I'm constantly saying the same thing. Emotions are racing. People are worried on how I'm behaving. I'm telling them stop it, I got it, and that I'm not even worth saving. Look, I really don't care about what you were doing in life. I open a bottle, I'm pouring a drink. Don't worry about what I'm doing with mine. I'm feeling alright, I swear it, I'm not even trying to hide. It gets easier every day, battling every demon inside.
come join my circus.
Wanna swallow me, telling my brain that it's chasing a fantasy. Cannot contain my drive to be somebody, dance in the rain and laugh while they hate on me. Say it's trash, I'm bad, it's not good. From the start they said I never could. In every song I prove them all wrong. I trip off the block, I'm moving a mountain. When they tearing me down, I'm pushing it up again, staring me down. Just might not wake up again. I don't wanna join a clown show or go where these clowns go. Grew up poor, said no more. Came in the game to conquer, was never afraid to start war. Oh, that's it?
You're insane, you're in pain, I can tell by what you're saying, but
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to fucking hear another goddamn one of these fuck.